everybody, it's MK. Welcome back to MK Quilts and MK Quilts University. I'm here in the den, and this video is going out to all of you who are attending our big Longarm Extravaganza right here at MK Quilts next week. So I'm starting in the den, and I'm going to do a little bit of recording here, give you just a few final details. Hopefully you already know mostly what I'm going to tell you, but if not, I want to just go ahead and go through the schedule, and then we're going to head outside. I want to give you a little bit of the feel of the lay of the land, and we're going to talk about things like arrival time and parking when we're outside, and then I'm going to give you another quick tour of the shop. We've done that many times, and you've seen us do videos from here in the shop, but let's go around and take a look at where you're going to be during your time with us next week. All right, so the first thing is, some of you are arriving Tuesday, I would imagine. Some of you are arriving Wednesday. Hopefully you have all of your accommodations taken care of. If you need any sort of help with a ride of any sort, we didn't really offer accommodations for rides from airports and whatnot. We do have one student who reached out to me who is arriving on Wednesday afternoon next week. She's getting a rental car. She's able and willing to get anybody who's coming into Tampa International Wednesday afternoon next week. But the moral of the story is, if you need any help with accommodations or rides, please reach out to me. You can use melissa@mkquilts.com. We have several people staying at the closest hotel just up the street from the shop. We also have several of us who have larger vehicles. We can make a run over there to get you from the Hampton if you need it, okay? If you need that ride in the morning, either there's going to be somebody there who you can hop in their car, or please email me and we will make sure that you're on the list and we can just swing on through the Hampton, pick up whoever needs a ride and get you on over here to the shop, okay? All right, the next thing is, since I'm standing in the den right now, I want to let you know that by Wednesday of next week, Thursday really, by Thursday of next week, this will all be gone. The table will be here, but the machine, the quilt, everything will be gone. Ellen and I's desks will be cleaned off, because this is going to turn into our break room where you'll come to get your lunches. There'll be drinks and soda and all sorts of stuff in here, okay? There is an external door. There is a door that leads out into the main part of the shop. So this is kind of going to be where you will come when it's time for breaks and to get your food, okay? All right, well, speaking of schedule, let's go over the schedule really quickly. We will include the link one final time to our Extravaganza landing page from our website, but let's just real quickly go through the schedule for next week. So we had put out an invitation for anybody who needed help with their computers that we may be available on Wednesday afternoon. Now, when I say we, I really mean Paul, if you need computer help. Now, I'm going to alter that a little bit. Hopefully, if you needed that computer help, you have already reached out to Paul, because here's the thing. Wednesday is our final setup day. Me and all of my staff will be very busy on Wednesday making sure that everything is set up for class Thursday morning, okay? So if you are receiving this email and you are taking Paco's track or my track and your computer is not ready yet, you need to be reaching out ASAP, and we will see if Paul still has time to help you. Really, prior to you coming is going to be the best. Probably not Wednesday afternoon, okay? Okay, so then Thursday, we start bright and early at 9 a.m. right here in the shop. We basically have 5 doors here in this plaza. And again, I'm going to take you outside and we're going to look. But basically, door number 1 is for those of you who are taking Ellen's free motion and ruler track, okay? Door number 2 and door number 3, that's our retail space. I am pulling in my staff for as many hours as they can work next week to staff the retail shop so that you can all shop while you're here. I'm holding a binder, so everybody's going to get a binder. There will be a lot more information inside of the binder when you arrive next week as well. Okay, so Thursday morning is our first class. Everybody starts at 9 a.m. If you can arrive between 8:30 and 8:45, that would be great. We will be here, of course, but there's going to be a lot of people to get in, get parked, get settled, especially those of you who are taking the computer tracks. We want to make sure that you get settled, get your computer plugged in, and all those things. It just popped into my head, so let me mention it right now. If you are coming and you can put some sort of a power strip supply, just go ahead and bring it if you can fit it in your suitcase or your bag. Don't worry if you can't. We have some here, but we're also having more people than we've ever had at one time. We're all going to need to be using and sharing these power supplies. Okay, so Thursday morning, 9 a.m. we start bright and early. We will tell you what time we're breaking for breaks, lunch, all of that. Okay. On Friday, that again, we're going to start at 9 o'clock. We're going to finish up a little bit early for lunch that day. No worries. Again, you will know when we're breaking and when you need to come in here to get your lunch. And one of the reasons why we're breaking a little bit early on Friday is because in the afternoon, we're having what we're calling like a social hour, like a 3 to 5. You can shop, you can mingle, and really it's your opportunity to kind of go around to the other teachers of the other tracks and kind of see, what am I teaching? If you're in Ellen's track or you're in Paco's track, come and see me and see what I've been working on with my Pro Stitcher people. So that 2-hour time spot on Friday afternoon, that's really our time to just really kind of go and meet the other students, meet my staff, do some shopping and all of that kind of thing on Friday, okay? Saturday is a 9 to noon session only. There is no lunch provided on Saturday. For all 3 days of the event, we will have snack type things, stuff for in the morning. We will have coffee. I'm planning to get like Dunkin' Donuts, like the big boxes of coffee every morning. I've already bought cups and the like. So we will have coffee here. You can drink coffee in both the computer classrooms. For Ellen's down by the Longarms, we do have a little break area in the back of door number 1 where the machines are that you might want to set your cup, especially if it's like quilting time. You don't want to have your cup close to the machines, most likely. All right, so I think that's pretty much it. Remember to bring your power supplies for your computers if you're in me or Paco's track. Again, a power supply if you can. If not, we'll work it out. Please try to have your computers prepped before class. Okay, let's go next out into the parking lot. I just want to show you a little bit kind of the lay of the land out there, and let's talk a little bit about parking. All right, everybody, so I just kind of gave you a little bit of a panoramic view here of the side of our plaza. Now that road behind me, the 2 gas stations were kind of sandwiched right in there at that main intersection, all right? And just over my left-hand shoulder, this main road out here, and to my left, just a little ways up the road, that is where the Hampton is. So for the folks at the Hampton, when you come out, if you're driving yourself, you're going to come out of the Hampton, you're going to make a right-hand turn, but you're going to have to immediately get over as far to the left as you can because you're going to be making a left-hand turn at that light. The light is kind of a long light, okay? So be prepared to sit there and wait a little while. But also, I just want to make you really, really aware, if you are not familiar with this area, that road behind me is the busiest road, the busiest thoroughfare here in our county. So I want you to be very, very careful. It is mostly going to be rush hour as you're coming out of the Hampton, so you might have to wait a little bit to take a right and then to be able to get over to the left. Now, if you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm waiting, I can't get out, I can't get over to the left. Here's option number 2 for you if you're at the Hampton. You can come out of the Hampton, take a right, stay in the very rightmost lane. You're going to come up to that same light and you're just going to take a right, go down a couple of little turns, and you can make a U-turn and then come right across and come in this way. Really, the best is if you can find an opening, take a right out of the Hampton, get immediately all the way over to the left, and take a left at that light. The intersection is known as Klosterman Road. Okay, now all of this parking along here that you saw in my little panoramic view, we want to save as much of this parking as possible for retail clients that are still going to be coming to my shop that day, and for any of you that have mobility issues, okay? So I'm going to walk you down this way towards the end of the plaza, and we're going to take a look around the corner because that is where we would really like you to park.
And a little audio issue out there. I'm just walking you down to the end of the plaza so we can take a look at the parking.
Behind me, around this corner, is the rest of our plaza. This plaza has quite a few tenants in it, and most of those tenants, their doors face that main road, okay? So there's a big U shape in the middle of the plaza, and there is plenty of parking down there. You're gonna walk right up alongside of the building here and then up onto the sidewalk. Now be very, very careful, please. As you're coming up the side here and coming down the driveway, just be very, very careful. Watch your step, please, please, please. Let's take a walk back to door number 1 and let's take a little bit of a tour, meet some of my staffers that are here today, and so that you can see right exactly where you're gonna be next week. All right, when you come around from parking in the U shape over there on the other side of the plaza and you come up along the side here, you're gonna see that our doors are numbered, okay? Down here by the big sign, that's door number 1. So we're gonna go in there and take a little tour, but let me just explain. Door number 1, that is gonna be where the free motion people are gonna be with Ellen. Door number 2 and door number 3 is the retail space. The front part of door number 3, that is where the den is, that is where you're gonna go and pick up your food and the like. Right over here behind door number 4, that is our classroom. That is where I'm gonna be with my Pro Stitcher people, okay? Door number 5 is actually Adam's office, it's shipping, Paul's office, and the like. You can go ahead and take a look down door number 5, but not too much going to be going on in door number 5, except there is a restroom in door number 5 as well. Okay, next, the next 2 doors, we are renting space temporarily for our event from one of our neighbors. His name is Angel. He's been kind enough to lend us his space. So I guess we'll call it door number 6 and 7. You will definitely know the doors will be open, they will be labeled. But door number 6/7, that is where Paco will be for the designer, okay? Let's go down to door number 1 and just take a little bit of tour. And I'm getting kind of hot, so let's head into some air conditioning. All right, this is the main entrance for MK Quilts. Zelda's in here long arming today, so let's go take a look. There's Zelda. All right, so this is door number 1. This is the long arming studio. This is my part-time employee, Zelda. Zelda, say hello again. Hello. And Zelda is going to be assisting Paco in the designer track, okay? Zelda has Infinity with Pro Stitcher, and she's taken my Pro Stitcher classes before. She's excited to help Paco, but absorb some of that training, right? Okay, so Paco, Zelda's your runner, your helper, your assistant if you need anything for that, okay? Yes. All right, so this is where Ellen's going to be. She's going to have a table in here. There's going to be a monitor, and of course the machines are going to be loaded and ready for you. All right, let's take a look in door number 2. All right, as I come between the doors from 1 into 2, I just wanted you to take a little look at our beautiful pin map here. This is where all of our machine owners live, okay? So all of those folks who have purchased their long arms from MK Quilts. I bought this beautiful panel, put a couple borders on it, stitched it up, and there's all sorts of pins on there. You guys, in your binders or hanging around the shop will be a lot of information about the specials going on if you are in the market for a long arm. All right, and over here, look at what Becky is doing. Becky, wave and say hi. So Becky is another part-timer of mine, and she covers the floor, the retail space. And I wonder which holiday she's doing some preparation for. So it's going to look a bit different when you arrive next week. Some of this will be finished, it will be up, and this is going to be the main retail space. I'm going to take you right into door number 3, show you the rest of the space. And so when you check out, you just go up to Becky or Carol, and we'll get you taken care of, okay? Okay, carry on, Becky. All right. All right, so our beautiful retail space. I'm sure you've seen Ellen and I here. Oh, and look at this beautiful quilt that Becky is working on. She's going to be making that into a class. So more fabric back here, rulers. All of our sale fabric is there on the bottom. Okay, let's walk into door number 3. And this is kind of a transition room. Right now we have some holiday in here. We've got our solids, our basics, and right there behind that door, that is the den, right? That's our office and that external door that I showed you from outside. So obviously that door will be open while we're here next week, and if you're going in for lunches or sodas, whatever, you can go right on in there. Okay. Ellen is actually teaching today in door number 4. I've given them a little heads up that we're going to be coming in with video, and they all said that it was okay if I take a little video. So let's go into door number 4. That's where I will be with my Pro Stitcher folks. There's Mr. MK. Mr. MK brought all of us lunch today.
A little early.
Okay.
All right, so it'll look a little bit different in here next week, but this is going to be where I will be with my Pro Stitcher students. There will be a machine up there in the corner. There will be 1 or 2 televisions so that you can see. And yeah, we're going to be doing all of our Pro Stitcher stuff right here in door number 4. Down here is what I told you. Door number 5 is mostly shipping, some storage, Paul's office. Okay, so pretty much you won't be down here, but as mentioned, there is an additional restroom down there. And so yeah, you've just gotten the tour of the entirety of MK Quilts, except for 6 and 7. All right, everyone, well, that is it. That was a lot. The most important thing is come a little bit early, get yourself set up, get yourself organized, a cup of coffee, whatever we've got out for morning snacks, and please just park down there in the U shape of the plaza and be very, very careful as you're walking up with all of your stuff. Wear comfy clothes, comfy shoes, come with your thinking caps on. We're going to have swag bags for you, of course, the binders that I talked about, and we are just going to fill your heads with everything long arming, free motion, Pro Stitcher, designer, and you're going to go away from here with a ton of new skills. All right, we will see you next week right here at MK Quilts. It's MK, everybody. Travel safe, and we'll see you next week.